Today I IFE'd up by spending my wedding anniversary with another girl. On accident. Last Monday I went out with an old friend, female, whom I haven't seen for ages. We were both hard-pressed to find a time to see each other, so when we finally arrived at the meeting place, we were both pretty hungry. Luckily I knew a great steakhouse nearby. So we went for 2 amazing steaks. Overall, we had a ton of fun catching up. We planned to meet for just a couple of hours but ended up only getting back home past midnight, with a promise to repeat this sometime later. So far this doesn't sound too bad. Well, the story begins a couple of years ago, on my first wedding anniversary. You see, back then me and my wife had a couple of things planned for the day and eventually ended up starving in a random part of a city. Pondering that we actually don't want to cook today, we decided to find a restaurant. Unfortunately, we had no idea what we wanted. But while discussing that, we stumbled upon a steakhouse in a relatively hidden alley. The steaks were pricey, but it's our anniversary, right? We can go for a good meal on this day. And it turned out to be an amazing decision. We accidentally discovered the most famous steakhouse in our city and the steaks were absolutely stunning. We have been going there every anniversary since, always having a great time and meal. Since I liked the story, I of course mentioned to my friend during our meeting on Monday that I knew of the steakhouse by accident. And that is actually really funny because it's actually this exact date next month when we went here for the anniversary back then. You see, I am a guy that cannot remember dates. The thing is, I and my wife had our first date and wedding 2 months apart but on the same day of the month, so it's easy to remember the day. But for the love of me, I cannot remember the months. And back on that fateful Monday, I thought our first date and our wedding anniversary were only 1 month apart. And I actually remembered the date of the first date. So I believe our wedding anniversary is next month. But it was that Monday. To add a bit more to the story, this friend I have met is someone who I used to have romantic feelings for. My wife of course knows about this. Well, earlier today, my wife expressed sadness that we weren't able to plan anything for our anniversary. I asked why, since it hasn't even happened yet. And that's when I discovered that I had not only missed our anniversary but actually spent it in our restaurant with another girl that I used to love. You may be asking why hadn't we been planning anything for the anniversary? That's because my wife's been ill for 2 weeks. She is good now. What do I do?